Hey, 6th and 7th grade. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mrs. Karpiuk, and I'm an elective teacher here at Carmel Middle School. I teach the 6th grade digital citizenship elective, and then I also teach 7th grade AVID and 8th grade AVID. And I know you've heard a lot about AVID. Maybe you're still not quite sure what it is. You've heard a lot about it lately on the announcements. You've seen video things from students. And so I just thought it might be nice to have a face to the information so that you knew who you could talk to if you had any questions in case you're considering AVID for your schedule for next school year. All right, so AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. And I've said this in another video, but that's just a fancy way of saying you want to do well in school. And don't we all? So AVID is a year-long elective, okay? So if you took the Intro to AVID course in 6th grade, or you're currently in 6th grade and you've taken it or you're about to take it in quarter 4, that's just a 9-week elective that kind of gives you an introduction to what AVID is. But in 7th grade and 8th grade, so next year for you, that elective is a year-long elective, and that's important to know. When someone asks me about AVID, I think the first word that comes to mind is family, and I know that might also sound silly, but we are a supportive positive peer group. We're there to help each other. You'll be bringing content from your other courses, science, social studies, math. You'll be bringing that to AVID, and every week we have a tutorial group. We have tutors that come in, and we work together in a nice collaborative study group, and we help each other with studying for tests or with homework assignments we're struggling with, or something that we got wrong, or something we don't understand in our other content areas, and we help with that in AVID, and we have adult tutors that come in and help with that as well. We're trying to get you ready for high school, college, beyond. If you're currently in 6th grade, maybe the transition from elementary school was a little bit rough. You're kind of figuring middle school out now, about the halfway point. You're kind of starting to feel better, but maybe it would be nice to have some support there. Or if you're currently in 7th grade, next year you're going to be in 8th grade, and man, we are getting ready for high school and that high school transition. AVID is really great to help you with that as well. So why would you want to take the AVID elective besides all that great stuff that I just said? Well, maybe you need help being organized. Maybe you're doing okay in your classes, but man, maybe you're a hot mess. I mean, I am sometimes too. Maybe AVID would be a great way to help you organize those resources, help you with your time management. How long should you be studying? Spoiler alert, don't spend 3, 4, 5 hours the night before. That's not good. But we're going to help you with those strategies. How should you study for things? How do you take notes in your classes? As things start to get a little bit more difficult in middle school, you might need some of these strategies to help you and to support you in all of your other subject areas. We collaborate, we work together a lot in groups, and we learn a lot of leadership skills in AVID. And I know I've said this in another video. Who is AVID good for? Are you sitting there right now going, I wonder if AVID's good for me? It is. AVID is good for you. Yeah. Even you. AVID is good for you. AVID is good for everybody. Study skills and strategies and time management and organization, all of those things are good for all of us. So it's good for you too. Here's some questions that I often get asked that I feel like if I just answer these FAQs that it might help you if you're wondering about these things too. Do you get a grade in AVID? Yeah. It's an elective just like any other elective. You get grades for, we take notes, we participate in our tutorial sessions each week. We're using the strategies that we learn in AVID out in our other classes, which kind of leads into the next question is there homework? I don't really think of homework in AVID. I wouldn't say that there's homework in AVID. So each week we do have the tutorials, the tutors that come in, and we need to be prepared for what content from our other classes we're going to work on, but we have time to do that in class. We learn how to take notes in AVID. It's like during the AVID class, you learn how to take notes, but then it's not really homework. You're going to go and use those strategies when you're taking notes in science class, for example. So it's not really homework. You're going to use the things we learn about in AVID that we do during class in AVID, and you're going to try those things and use those things in your other classes, but not necessarily additional work on top of your other classes, if that makes sense. So the what about band, orchestra, choir, and world language is a really great question. So I mentioned earlier that AVID is a year-long elective. If you're in performing arts, so band, orchestra, choir, you know that those are also year-long electives. So if you're going to be in 7th grade next year, and you're in band and you also want to take AVID, you need to understand that that means you'll have 2 electives, and you'll have those same 2 electives all year long. So if you have band on A days and AVID on B days, band on A days, AVID on B days, you would have that same schedule for electives all year long. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're currently in 7th grade and you're about to be in 8th grade, then you probably know, because you're working on your schedule, that world language in 8th grade is a year-long elective as well, that provides that high school credit for the level 1 of your language. So it's a harder decision there in 8th grade because you'll have 3 year-long options and you can only have 2. So it's also important to just choose what's going to be best for you. No judgment there. Whatever's best for you, that decision is going to look different for every single person. Do you still have to apply if you took Intro to AVID? If you took Intro to AVID in 6th grade, you would still apply for 7th grade AVID. Still do that application. Does everyone that applies to AVID get into AVID? Not necessarily. We really want you to be in AVID. We don't want you to take it because you feel like you have to. We want you to be there. We want you to want to be there. So if you apply and you come and you do a little interview and you decide, hey, you know what, it sounds nice, but it's not for me, that's okay. You don't have to take it. But getting in and doing an interview is a great way to get all those questions answered and find out if it really is right for you or not. If I take AVID in 7th grade, do I have to take it in 8th grade? Nope, you don't have to take it. I've got a lot of 7th grade AVID kids that continue on in 8th grade AVID, but I also have some 7th grade AVID kids who end up not taking it in 8th grade because of the world language or performing arts. They want to make sure that they get that other high school credit. So as a side note too, in high school you will have a requirement for a college and career readiness credit. AVID will fulfill that credit for you as well. So that's another little bonus, but you do not have to take it if you're in 7th grade. You don't have to take it in 8th grade. You can. A lot of kids do. But it is a choice because some people do want to do that world language content. Totally support whatever is best for you. And is AVID offered at Carmel High School? Yes. The AVID program at the high school is incredible. It's been around a lot longer than even the program here at Carmel Middle. And you would build on your skills. You get that support, that safety net for the transition to high school. And as the classes at the high school get harder and harder, you'll have that tutorial, the tutor support each week and your peer group to help you as you go through those harder courses. And then junior year, you really start working on college applications and post-secondary, so after high school options. And then you get all, work on scholarship money your senior year to help you with that. So it's a great program in the high school. It is also available in the high school as well. So that's kind of my little spiel about AVID. It's all about real life learning. We are there to help each other. We learn all the skills that we need to do well in school and beyond. We do like to have fun though. We do a lot of team building activities on Fridays. Getting ready for the next week, 8th grade, we are going to do a college field trip here pretty soon. So it's a lot of fun things to do in AVID. It's not just taking notes and studying. We are learning how to have a good time together and collaborate together as well. So quick timeline, today was our video visit. And Parent Information Night is coming up. So if your adults at home are maybe having some questions about AVID or you have more questions about AVID, come to the Parent Info Night on Tuesday, January 28th here at Carmel Middle School. Your adults at home have an email with all that information. And you can actually talk to real AVID students and see AVID students explaining and going through things and showing you things that we do in AVID so that you can get your questions answered. Applications are due on Friday, January 31st. It's just a quick Google form to let us know that you're interested in AVID and you'd like to have an interview. The interviews are super casual. The interviews will be on Monday, February 10th during Core Plus. You'll just come down for a couple of minutes and just talk. Like, do you have questions about AVID? Why do you want to be an AVID? How do you think AVID will help you? Things like that. And that way, we can all make sure that AVID is a good fit for you. So if you are ready to apply, great. There's a link in an email to your adults at home. There's also a QR code in front of my classroom, a couple of other classrooms as well. But everybody right now, I would like everybody right now, all of you, your teacher here in your classroom will tell you where the link is, but I need everybody to fill out a really, really quick Google form for me, just to let me know if you're interested or not. So it's very simple. It's your name, it's your team, and are you interested in AVID? Yes, no thank you, or maybe, but I have some questions. So you just have to pick one of those. And it's okay if you say no, but if you say yes, I'll make sure you have that application link. If you say maybe, I will help you and reach out to find out what questions you might have. I can also make sure you have the application link. Either way, fill out that Google form, just let me know. And if you do decide to apply for AVID, I am looking forward to talking to you in interviews and seeing if it's the right fit for you. If you have any questions, you can also come down and talk to me. I'm in room 103 by the front office. You can send me a Canvas message using the Student Services course. But I hope to see you at the Parent Information Night on Tuesday, January 28th, and I can't wait to see your Google Forms. Have a great day.